Hi, man. Is this on? All right, Chad. You having a good day, bro? I'm about to cut my hair because of Sam Bankman, bro. I need to cut this curly headed shit that's just gone, bro. Okay, that's it. But I got another watch list for you. I actually got a new sponsor. I'm big news. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It's called STFU, and here, let me show you, bro. It's crazy. So what it is, it's a box, right? So what you do with this box, like if we put a bunch. I just wanted to say hello. That's a joke. Relax. Don't take it too seriously. Everybody's still talking about Bankman-Fried, all of it. Again, I'm only wearing a brand name right now because it says God on it, and my girlfriend got it for me. It's been wild. We have a lot to talk about. I have plays and all that. I'm just checking in. I'm giving you the Josh video welfare check. I know, so don't worry. And bro, like I could start off this video is what I've been saying, man. All my lurkers, all my people active in the comments, all my people who have really been in this to been able to watch everything, man. God bless you and let me help. Again, we don't have any sponsors on this channel, never have, never will, none of that. And like legitimately, if we can help in any way, let me know. Post it in the comments and I would love to include it on a video. And I got love, baby. So we got a lot. I made a couple plays today. I'm even holding one now and yeah, run it, baby.
Walking to the couch, it's the 2020 last. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then it feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down.
But right off that bat, ladies and gentlemen, today was a very wild day. And putting it in context with everything, we are still high. We hit 4,000 again on the SPX today, but there was a lot. This drop right here throughout the day, that was because of the Fed expectations that they raised. A little bit of a negative reaction. Then Fed Brainerd, she was very dovish and the market liked it. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a bunch of the 13Fs today. We heard from Tiger Global and a bunch, even Warren Buffett after hours, but there was a bunch of news from railway strikes to FedEx furloughing people, even Amazon news throughout the day, but a lot of things compiled. It was hard to say what happened here, but we sold off and now we are still in the middle, and despite it being crazy, we barely moved. So I got the breakdown for you, but I want you to be able to see this because we've been talking about how this is all going to be momentum related and what to watch for here. And really, that was what we got today. Today was a very big sign. And I'll tell you one thing right here, right now. There is no more news, Chatadonia. Like any good news you could have gotten has already happened. I will tell you this one because we heard some of it today. The only real big positive thing that could happen besides inflation magically going to zero, it would be if the war ended tomorrow or they announced that. But other than that, the news cycle is dry. We are going to be getting PPI tomorrow morning, but a lot of people are talking about this. This has been all momentum related, and really, God knows where we go from here. So that's what I'm saying. God knows, because unless there's more FTX drama, unless something else breaks out of nowhere ahead of this data that we're going to receive right now, it's going to be all about momentum. And now I feel like today our schedule is a little different, but let me show you your pretty picture. What they were talking about after the bell today, it's related to momentum, and this is why some people are still feeling bullish. Even though the Fed was bearish with Christopher Waller yesterday, again, listen to the Fed, and that's where, again, it's simple about the whole landing aspect, but what people are discussing is that from last week until today, you have watched over $200 billion purchased by quants and algorithms to cover shorts, and that has been a big, big cause of what we've been seeing here. So keep that all in mind. And why I'm saying this, because without any news or any big development, we are relying on the momentum. If we keep seeing people position or the 13Fs get people excited, that could get us moving up until the data. But maybe these last few days might show us something. We don't necessarily have to go up, and we could very well just do nothing and hold these prices. And some would argue that may even be just as worse considering how aggressive people have positioned. So that is your first key. But now coming into the second key and even moving forward, regardless of all of this, the good, the bad, again, there was a lot of dollar moves. The bonds didn't really move too much today, but the tide is still pushing up. And what I am looking for is two specific pullbacks. So the second second one I'm thinking will arrive around the minutes. I'll jump to the chart here, but I want to bring up the minutes right now because we kept talking about this today. It is very simple. You don't have much news this week, and that's why I think a lot of this week will be momentum driven. But next week on Wednesday, that is the minutes. If anything, that would be the only remotely big event until the next jobs report or the CPI and then Powell. So keep this one in mind. But now, as far as those pullbacks, I know I brought this up on every watch list, but I want you to see because it's not going to play out as specific. And in the middle of this like melt up rally, this is really what we want to be looking for. At what price does it stop? When does it slow down, and why? Like, where does the momentum start to die down a little bit? But these two pullbacks I want to see is, are we going to get the one right after? It doesn't look like we've gotten it. So I think at one point we're going to pull back on one day, or at the very least kind of have a normal dip. And then, like I'm saying, if it correlates around the minutes, just like we've seen around the CPIs, maybe next week the minutes are going to be the big driver, but that's what we got to look for. Other than that, though, it's a question of how high do we go till then, or does any piece of news, the 13Fs, whatever, can that still keep us driven up? But that is the second key. Keep that in mind. And then back to those 13Fs in general, you saw a lot of single stock news today, but now moving forward, like if anything is going to affect momentum, we saw it today. Random pieces of news, there will be some data, and pretty much it'll affect the market, but it won't create a brand new trend. So like even PPI data tomorrow, it will have an impact, but it has to be a lot of things in a row to create a trend. One data set, one thing isn't going to do much. And that is related now, because watch out this week and apply that logic to any of the Fed speakers, other pieces of news we got today. They were talking about railroad strikes and updates on that. So just watch out for things like that to affect momentum throughout the day. Other than that, though, we're going to be either waiting for macro to give us a clearer signal or waiting for the data. And like I'm saying, if we could kind of skate through this week without too much, that would probably be best case scenario. But then as we start getting later into the end of the month and then into December, we are about to run into the final catalyst of the year. So I hope you're ready. But let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, I got 3 different plays. We made a couple plays today, and I'm still holding them. We'll get back to that, but I'll start with the first plays. This is one of the plays I made. I ended up buying 25 shares of Biogen at $303.71. I ended up losing $4 a share by the end of the day. I am a little worried about this one. I said it at the end of the day. I was about to cut it out at like a $50 loss. So I said, let's hold it for a little bit. But the reason why I like it, they had individual news today regarding their competitor failing. It was Roche Health. They had an Alzheimer's drug that didn't do good. So them being the only one, even with all their drama, that was good. So my line of logic, like the Netflix or any of the earnings plays, I'm thinking, hey, if a company has specific news, regardless of the volatility or not, I'm hoping it could kind of push it to its own corner and do its own thing. So that's what I like about it, but it was up 4 or 5% today. That's where I bought it. That's why I only went with 25 shares, but it's still a pretty decent sized position. Other than that, overall, it's a risky biotech flip. So I plan on getting this one, getting out of it pretty quick. I'm not too in love with it, but I'm in it. I'm holding it. We will see what happens. But this was an update today, and I'm hoping that healthcare could do its thing. It was the lagger the other day, and actually by the end of today, healthcare was the only thing that was able to close green. So that is play number 1. Keep that one in mind. And then play number 2, baby, NVIDIA. So this one's interesting because I'm already short on Qualcomm. That one's killing me. I'm down like $1,700, $17 a share on 100 shares, but I have not averaged down. So I went with NVIDIA today, and they're up way more than Qualcomm, and they are past their last guidance point. So here, I'll show you on the chart. You'll see what I'm talking about, but this was like I think it was guidance here and then earnings here. Now they're almost up to that point or at the lower end. I mean, you could even compare it here to Qualcomm, and you're seeing it's not back up to those levels. I know a lot of the chip makers have bounced, but coming into earnings, I think NVIDIA has bounced a little too much now. So I said instead of averaging down on Qualcomm, I went 50 shares short on NVIDIA at 163.65. I'm only up like $12, so give or take around this price. I still think I could get squeezed, but I think it's better to go short here than not. And then again, compared to all the other chip makers, they are now outpacing. And really, my broader plan here, regardless of how much it's moved, my Qualcomm or anything else, is simply the fact that they have the earnings run up. They're going to report this week. Usually it moves leading into earnings. I'm hoping I could take advantage of that, but now some of the earnings run up plays have been dry. I think I did it. I forgot which play it was the other day. Disney. Disney, I ended up holding, turned to a loss there, but it didn't really move too much. A couple of the other ones like Amazon were good, but for the most part right now, later in the earnings, it is going to be calm. And now that's something to keep in mind too. I didn't mention it above, but all of the retail earnings for tomorrow, I would definitely be watching those. I think it's going to move a lot, but that is play number 2. And then finally, play number 3, baby. TSM, and I'm kind of mad I didn't buy this one after hours. Buffett took a position, like, I don't know if you guys remember, we brought it up literally right after hours if you were there, and I was like, it's kind of up, but it has already moved up another 2%, so that's what I'd be worried about. But he took a really big position. They are at a 2020 level. Like, they are definitely got some values, and all of the chip makers have been bouncing. Just watch for the Oxy effect going forward. I mean, you remember that with Buffett, and now he's taking a big stake on this. It could definitely have eyes on it, and that might drive a lot. So we will see what happens, but definitely watching out for them. But as far as the rest of the plays now, let's go to what we did here. I started this morning with the Biogen. Again, it was like 9 minutes after the bell. I waited a little bit. I ended up buying it a little too high there, but still holding that. Going to be riding there. And then I added 50 shares of Amazon at $99.50. Remember, I'm already holding, and I was already up like $10 a share on 50. We bought it a couple days ago at the bottom there, but I added to it on the cost-cutting news. They announced today that they're firing 10,000 people. That's a big amount. You saw what happened there with Facebook, but Amazon's a little bit more unique considering they have holidays and all of that, and they weren't spending as bad as Facebook, but thought I would add to that, still holding those. Now I have 100 shares total. Then we took a beautiful short. I waited all day. I didn't make any future trades till 11, and literally that one is at like what? 41.525. Oh, wait, if I go to the chart, it's already like mad zoomed in. I'm not going to mess with it, but go look at the timing and prices. These ones are great. I got like 14 points on it. It was a couple $100s on there. Closed out of that one. Then I bought the dip, wrote it up there. By this point, I realized like $500 to $700 on the ES trades, and then I took a long at the end here. I'm down on it. It kind of wiped out my gains on the day. Futures are about to open up, but then it ended up bouncing up. I think I'm only down like $200-300 on it right now, but there was that. Also the short NVDA, but those are the main plays. I pretty much realized like $500 to $700. Again, it depends on where this one is going to end up here, but good realized profits. Holding NVIDIA new, added to Amazon, and then Biogen is new, and then now getting into the rest of the holdings, you can see them right here. There's the ES. So again, I'm down 275 on that last one. I'm still holding it to the long side. The options are still down. The MES, remember this was from 2 days ago. We're still down 450. Smaller short there. Still been holding it out. There's the Amazon shares we're up on. Biogen down $92. Disney still down on that from earnings, but definitely not as bad, but still holding that to the upside. The short on NVIDIA, then down on the Qualcomm. Those 100 shares. Still down on my Tesla long. And then I think I'm missing on here ZN. That's the bond play. And then MBT here. I'm getting it up right now. MBT Bitcoin, I was up on it, down $68 now. And then bonds down $250. Bitcoin, I may add to the short, still going to ride it out. And then the bond ones, I actually want to get more. And again, I'm going to use this to kind of balance out with whether or not we get the rally. But that is pretty much everything. Be patient this week. Do not FOMO into anything. We got to push it to the data, apply that discipline, but it should be crazy. And there's only 30 trading days left. So I hope you're ready, but that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate healthy, ready to go. Make sure post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you to remember the best version of yourself is the most disciplined version of yourself. I know I've already said it. I just need to remind you why. 30 trading days left. You need to bring it home right now. I'm telling you, a couple of good moves could get you out of any hole, and a couple of good moves will keep you from giving it back, baby. So stay focused. Be in the game. And guess what? Once we hit the end of the year, we start all over again, baby. Shout out the long term. We're already in the game. Let's go. But you got to stay focused. Bring the hype. Don't bring too much hype. Don't get too jumpy. Don't hold on to anything. I'm not talking about plays. I'm talking about the emotions. Don't hold on to it. There's a lot. Sam Bankman, this, that. It's okay. Stay focused. It's all going on. But you got to control your decisions, Chad. So stay in the game. I'm very, very proud of you. God bless all of you. And thank you guys again, especially even if you make it to the end. You know, I'm shouting out the lurkers at the beginning. I'm saying, what's up, man? and I really got love, man. So let me help, bro. Like, hit me up. Let me know, bro. But seriously, even if you made it to this, where you heard it, like, for real, God bless you, man. We need more people like you because nobody listened this long. You know what I'm saying, man? So really, I hope you're learning and let me know. Anything else we could do, baby, but you're already in the game, baby. I believe. So let's go. Finger to the sky. God bless you. And I'll see you in the morning. Peace out. Hearn.